Hi, everyone.
Greetings, friends.
It's Jim
And Dave.
Beer Review.
Dave, what's on tap?
We have Prism Felony IPA from Prism Brewing Company.
In North Wales, Pennsylvania. It's pretty local. We could drive there in 10 minutes.
Yep. Felony IPA is an English-American hybrid double IPA that features more European hops than American.
Interesting.
Brewed in an English style to maintain a malt backbone and coming in at 10% ABV.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah, and 100 IBUs.
Okay.
And using 10 hop varieties to give it an American attitude, unlike those traditional IPAs that hit you in the face with citrus. We prefer to sneak up on you with an amazingly smooth 100 IBUs, a piney earth and crispy hops, and a high octane 10% ABV. This translates into an experience that should be illegal. This beer is one of the few beers in the world whose base malt is low lox and antioxidant malt that provides superior shelf life and flavor stability, which we believe is of the utmost importance when making IPAs. Learn more about the low lox malt that we use. We decided that although we love our West Coast brethren, yeah, we want to make our double IPA a bit differently. Originally, we were going to brew it with cranberries.
Cranberries.
That's what you say, cranberries, when they put in parentheses, cranberries.
Oh.
But once we brewed the base style, we just couldn't mess with the balance and smoothness of this beer. So we left it alone. Our Reinheitsgebot, perspective made this illegal in our books, so we made it the first of our Prism series. Originally a limited release beer, it quickly became such a hit that we decided to make it available year-round.
All right.
It says here bitterness is 100%, sweetness is 65%.
100%.
Yeah, bitterness 100%.
That's weird.
It also says alcohol content 100%.
Okay.
Flavorability intensity 66%. I don't know what all these things mean in the beer spectrum.
Interesting. Okay.
Also, there's something on the Beer Advocate. There was one guy that really hated it.
Well, on the bottle it says 100 IBUs, 10% ABV, and 10 hops, which is pretty much what you said.
10 different kind of hops. Yeah, not different kind, but 10 different kinds. A lot of different kind of hops.
And it has pretty much what you just said on the side of the bottle here, so I won't bother repeating it.
Yeah.
Our beers have personality. Some of them have an attitude. Okay. And I don't know what this 50s style kind of Fonzie kind of character is there, but you know, hey.
That's the guy with a Dickie or Dewey or Ducky or whatever they call it.
So he's looking for you.
I know she keeps on touching me. She says, Uncle David, pet me.
All right. Well, this is pretty much unfiltered because I can't see through this at all. It's
yeah, it's very foggy.
It's opaque, and yet it has a sort of mid-range SRM color.
Yeah.
Not a lot of crackles?
No, it has some.
Have a little scent here. Oh, maybe.
Citrusy, piney.
No?
No, citrusy, but no piney.
It's not so much as they're right. It's not West Coasty.
Let's get this down. I already had one of these before. I just want to see if it's different now.
I'm not digging the smell though. Good mouthfeel. Not bad aftertaste for 100 IBUs. That's not extremely bitter.
That's because of the alcohol. Oh yeah. You know, you get the taste of the alcohol in you. I know, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Uncle David, pay attention to me. Forget about this beer
we are reviewing beer, so I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Pop the beer cat over here is sleeping on my jacket, and this beer cat wants me to pay more attention to her.
Now, one of the things we say over and over again is even though David seems obsessed with the number of the IBUs,
obsessed.
It really is just a scientific number. It's not always indicative of the content of the flavor. It seems like
the less amount of alcohol, the worse it is with the IBUs. The more alcohol, the better the IBUs are when you're higher up there.
Well, if it's truly balanced with the malts, it shouldn't be there. However, I think this is
Cat hair. I haven't been touching my nose all night. Cat hair.
okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. This one, it does have a alcohol kick to it, and yet I don't think it's a huge component of the flavor. Yeah, it's pretty well balanced.
I just had a shot of alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, the alcohol is definitely an influence, but it's not like you taste and you're like, ooh, alcohol. At least not in my palate. It's not hop forward by any sense. It's not piney. It's not super citrusy. It definitely has some of the malt character. I think in the long term aftertaste, there is a bit of bitterness on my tongue, but it's not to the point of being where you got that, well, for want of a better adjective, that sour bitterness where you kind of want to go kind of thing.
It just tastes like kind of
what?
Like the dogfish 120
Dogfish at 120.
Yeah. But that one was like 10 to 15 to 20%.
That one definitely had a hot alcohol flavor.
I gave that a 6.5. I still remember that because it was really high.
All right, enough of the fake stuff, dude.
Sorry, it's the cat hairs right my nose. Sorry, I apologize, people.
That's all right. Sonny seems very interested in you still.
She loves me. All cats love me.
Wow, she looks like a big deflated balloon right there. It's this big.
It's
round,
like that movie. What do you call it?
cat football with this little tiny head on it.
No, what's that movie? Big Hero 6.
Oh yeah.
I'm okay now.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. Did you see that movie?
I did. Good movie.
That's cool.
Saw the theater.
Yeah.
So Dave, what do you think about the flavor? You hadn't really said too much so far.
I think if it wasn't for the high alcohol content, I would not like this as much as I do.
I mean, it's fine. There is a bitterness component that I'm not super crazy about. I think if you were eating this with some spicier food, it would probably complement it well.
Away.
Yeah, well, I'd be interested to see if this does cellar well, if maybe over time the character mellows out a little bit if you cellar it. It says here,
it says that this beer is one of the few beers in the world whose base malt is low locks. Okay, and antioxidant malt that provides superior shelf life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this is going to be one of those that we have to come back to in a year or two.
Yes. I would give this a 6.5.
So it's right along the lines of your Dogfish Head. I think that's a fair one. I mean, I'm not like, wow, this is so delicious. I can't wait to have my next one. To me, this is more like,
I had one. Let's move on to something else.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I wouldn't want this to be my all-night drinking beer. If I think this is more of a specialty beer, something to have if you're having maybe some sushi with some really hot wasabi, maybe some Cajun food. This might be good for cooking with if you do a little reduction sauce. Absolutely.
I more or less want to try this out in a few months and see if it changes taste at all.
Yeah, if you're a big alcohol fan, you'll definitely like it. But overall, this is very mid-range to me. I can take it or leave it. I'm going to give it a 6 right off the bat. I do like the alcohol character. This is not... It's interesting. I've always been a pale ale lover. Yeah. However, there's not a lot of Imperial and or double IPAs. I'm just like, wow. We've been
a few lately.
We reviewed a few lately, but there's very few that I thought were good. I remember we had one from 21st Century Brewing I liked. That one stands out in my mind. There's been a couple others that were just like, ooh, this is really good. This one, it's fine. I want to like it because it's local, but I have to be fair. I think this is just around a 6, maybe even 5.5, but because it's not to the point where I'm just like, ugh, I'll give it a 6. So, not a high endorsement,
that's a fair
but if you're the kind of person, you like your double IPAs, you like them to be very, like I said, there is a bitter component here. If you'd like a good bitter beer, I think you'll like this. If you like your high alcohol beers, you'll like this. And overall, it's fine. I think it'd be like a dinner beer with the correct food pairing. That's just my opinion on it. Have anything else to add, my friend?
No, it's just like, you know, if you have like 5 or 6 different kind of beers at home, You have one of these, and then you move on to another.
Yeah,
type
yeah,
beer.
yeah.
And I would think to myself, I would move on to a stout or a porter after having something like this because
Sure.
it'd be like,
Balance.
something more full-bodied, less citrusy, piney type.
Yeah, and this is not
sweetly-
super piney. It's
No,
it's not
more
nugget nectar.
citrusy.
It's not a hop slam. You don't say, "Oh my God, this is like drinking a pine cone." Nothing like that. But it definitely has a bitter component to it.
Mm-hmm. And some I've actually grown a little bit more like to pale ales in the last couple months. I'm trying to open my palate.
Absolutely.
But,
Just the way you've probably turned me on more to stouts. When I was a very young man,
indulge in triples, man.
I was 21 and someone had a black beer, I'm like, I'm not drinking that because that's the wrong beer color.
I wouldn't understand.
Oh, yeah.
that.
I had a friend, Rob, when I went to the
German.
Art Institute of Philadelphia. He was just like, oh, I love my Guinness. I love a good stout. And I would look at him like he was out of his mind because he had this beer and it was literally black colored. I thought to myself, that's not beer. I'm drinking
That's
this.
bad beer.
Yeah. And, it just shows you what an a-hole I was when I was younger, as opposed to how I am now, which is like I'm still an a-hole, but just not as big an a-hole. Thank you very much over there with your mouth and your shit. Watch this. Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, if you recognize me 200 pounds heavier, give me a shout out.
200
But listen,
pounds heavier?
well, it's just the way
How
I
much
feel.
did you weigh then?
No, I weighed
pounds?
I weighed 50 pounds back then.
50 pounds, huh?
Yeah, I was very skinny back in college. Well, maybe it was a little bit more than that, but just
Wow.
it's the way it feels, not the way it actually is.
Yeah, put on some weight and you can see, oh my God, that's how much extra 50 pounds is?
All right, so we blah a lot on this
Yes,
particular episode.
we like you.
Please comment below, subscribe to our channel.
Yes. Please don't take a
And
drive.
if there's going to be a little bit of disclaimers, we try to be responsible
Yes.
here. Please drink responsibly. The Surgeon
Yes.
General recommends that you should not operate heavy machinery while under the influence of alcohol. This includes driving. In other words, don't drink and drive. Pregnant women should not consume alcohol. Ah.
Jesus Christ.
Dave, you got a weird Instagram
I
account there.
know, right?
Sorry, we were digressing. If you're under 21, please don't drink at all. And quite frankly, don't
We
watch a
love
beer
you
review.
all, people. We love
but
you.
come back to us when you're 21. And the reason we do this is we believe that you should drink great beer
And have a good laugh or two.
with your friends. And beer cats. This is Sonia, the beer cat, who's off this
Oh
morning.
my God, that would hurt.
Oh, it did not. Don't be a wussy. Say goodbye, Dave.
Can't help it. Goodbye, Dave.